to part 1 of the Harry Potter Odyssey. In this series of videos I'm going to be going through the Harry Potter Wizards collection, book by book, film by film. Well, when I say book I mean the book that the film's coming. If you haven't seen it, check out my unboxing video, the prologue to this whole series. I've made other videos about the various mistakes in this set as well that have been rectified by Warner Brothers, so check those out. I'll put links to those in the bottom of this video. But we're just going to get straight into this and talk about the film Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and all the extras thereof. So, this film, Philosopher's Stone, obviously they're going to make a film of Harry Potter. I mean, it was a very successful book series. That's a bus going past. That's the disadvantage of filming right by my window. You can hear a lot of things. Yeah, it was definitely going to be made into a film. There's no doubt about that. The books were just a huge success in 1997, 98, 99. And Warner Brothers picked it up. David Heyman, the producer, he got the ball rolling, and then they went to find the director, the cast, and all that kind of stuff, the crew. And the film was made in 2000 and released in 2001. I really can't explain to you how excited I was for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I mean, I was a huge fan of the books from around 1999. My best friend introduced them to me. Absolutely loved them. I remember reading the first one, just being like, this is amazing. And he gave me the next one, The Chamber of Secrets, and I said, does it take place in the school? Because that's so cool in the first book. Not realising that the whole series was about him being in school, and that they'd all be like that. And yeah, I absolutely love the books, absolutely fantastic. And I was really excited for the film adaptation. I remember seeing the first pictures of the cast, Dan Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint in the paper when it was announced, and yeah, it was really exciting. And I remember about a couple of weeks before the film was released in November, I think, of 2001, there was a TV movie starring Paul Reiser and Julie Walters, and I knew Julie Walters was cast as Mrs. Weasley in the film, even though she's only in it for about a minute or so. It was a pretty good TV movie from what I can remember, and it was about Paul Reiser was this American guy. Actually, I'm not going to go into that, forget that. It was pretty decent, and Julie Walters was in it, and I was like, she's in the new Harry Potter film. Yeah, the new Harry Potter film. I thought, there's no way I'm going to see the new Harry Potter film, because it can't be, life can't be that good for me. I actually would think stuff like that when I was a kid, when something exciting was about to happen. I was like, ugh. Of course, in 2001, I believe, oh no, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. I was going to say that I was 11. I was not 11 in 2001. Of course not, no. Okay, well, when I first started reading the books, I was 11. Anyway, the same age as Harry. So when I first read The Philosopher's Stone, I was 11, so it was kind of cool. I've kind of grown up with the series, the books, and you know, the films and stuff. Not so much the films, I guess, because I was, I'm in my 20s when the last few films came out. But yeah, so the film itself, I went to see it, and I just couldn't believe my luck. My dad took me. It was a preview screening, and I thought because it was a preview screening, that meant that oh, they're only going to show 30 minutes or something. And I remember the scene when Dudley's running up and down the stairs, annoying Harry in the cupboard. And I was just sitting there, I remember very vividly thinking, oh, this can't be happening, this is too good to be true. And I loved it, I thought it was fantastic, and I still do to this day. I rewatched it, of course, for this Wizards collection box set, and for this Harry Potter Odyssey video. I'm going to be watching everything, absolutely everything. I figure, why not, let's make the most of this 31 disc mammoth and watch them all. So, the Philosopher's Stone, you all know the story if you're watching this video, I guess, but Harry Potter learns he's a wizard, his parents are dead. He's been living with his auntie and uncle, the Dursleys, and his cousin Dudley, and they're really horrible to him and stuff. And he goes off to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft. That was awful. Jonathan Ross, oh god, Witchcraft and Wizardry. I'll leave that in. I don't care. Hogwarts School for Witchcraft and Wizardry. That's never been a mouthful before. Anyway, yeah, he goes to Hogwarts. And of course the whole plot unfolds involving the Philosopher's Stone and all that kind of stuff, and Voldemort who killed his parents and is suddenly maybe coming back. Well, we know he comes back in the last few films. But anyway, the film itself is great. I think it's almost a perfect kids film. Chris Columbus was the director, and he made the Home Alone film, so what more do you need than that? He's got the credentials to make a great kids film, and he made another great one with the Philosopher's Stone. Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, I think he's almost perfect as Harry Potter. He's just really good, and even back then, people can say, oh, the acting was terrible with the kids in the first few films. No, I thought it was really good, actually, honestly. For 11-year-old kids, I thought they did a very good job. I mean, they weren't perfect by any means, and certain lines, it would feel very read, and very rehearsed, but at the same time there's a lot of natural chemistry between the main three kids, I think. Emma Watson was great as Hermione. I think probably maybe the best casting as far as the three main kids go. She was great. And Rupert Grint as Ron Weasley, he's awesome. He's always putting that kind of face, like the whole film, but he's got such a funny face, and that really works as well. And the great thing about the Harry Potter films, I think, is that it's filmed in Britain. It's got a British crew and a British cast. That's the main thing. And apparently, J.K. Rowling was insistent that it be a British affair, which is only right, only fair. That's where the books are set and all that kind of stuff. And we get some amazing British actors in this film. We got Alan Rickman as Snape, who honestly, he doesn't really look like Snape to me. Like, I always imagined Snape was a lot thinner, like he doesn't really eat much, and more of a pale. I guess he looks pale in the film. And the hair, I always imagine as being a bit more greasy and lank. But, you know, Alan Rickman looks a bit more filled out as Snape. Not saying that he's fat or anything, but he just looks more like a normal person, and I imagine Snape to be a really thin, kind of just like a little rat almost, or you know, a bat, I guess. I don't know why I said bat then. I remember there's a line in the book, I think, where they're like, maybe Snape can turn himself into a bat and fly away. Anyway, yeah, but Alan Rickman's really good though, as it is. He's a bit overacting and stuff, and not as he doesn't spit as much venom as Snape did in the books. He's more of a kind of slow, methodical kind of bastard, I guess. Richard Harris as Dumbledore. Wow, that he is the best of all the films. I think Richard Harris as Dumbledore is the best portrayal of a character in any of the Harry Potter books. I think it was perfect, absolutely perfect. The twinkle in his eye, the look in his eye, the way he spoke, the way he looked, the way he walked, the way he moved, the warmth, the compassion, the kind of mischievous quality was absolutely perfect. Richard Harris captured it amazingly, and apparently he only did it because his grandchildren were like, you know, you got to do this. And the same can be said for Alan Rickman, who was kind of pressured into it by kids he knew and stuff. And again, Robbie Coltrane as well, I believe, had said the same thing, you know, how the kids would kill me. He's great as Hagrid, by the way, Robbie Coltrane. Really, really good portrayal of Hagrid. But Richard Harris, wow, he just hit it straight out of the park. He was just absolutely fantastic as Dumbledore. We got Maggie Smith as McGonagall. I always imagined McGonagall to be younger, even though I know she's supposed to be older. When I first read them, I imagined her to be younger. I think she does a great job, and I never imagined her having a Scottish accent either. But I guess that's the thing when you read a book and you watch a film. There's differences, and also they're adapting it as well, so it's going to be different anyway. But she's great in it as well. We got Tom Felton as Draco Malfoy. He was perfect. Again, not like the books, because in the books Draco's more of a kind of drawling kind of like, you know, so it's true, Harry Potter has come to Hogwarts, you know, like a real kind of stuck-up kind of little dick, whereas in the film he's more of a kind of, you know, so it's true what they say, Harry Potter has come to Hogwarts, like he's really like snappy, and that really works, I think, and it's a lot better to put on film, a lot easier for kids to understand how much of a twat he is, I guess. And yeah, there's loads of other kids and stuff. I won't go to the full cast. I guess Neville, the kid who plays Neville, Matthew Lewis, he really lucked out. You know, I mean, he got this role that would become so important by the last film. But yeah, overall, I think that the film is done very well. I enjoy it a lot. Overall, I mean, I think the film's done very well. I enjoy it a lot. They did a lot of things right, like the Quidditch scene was very, very well done. Again, the stadium is nothing like I imagined the stadium to be, but they did a brilliant job with it. The design's amazing. I think Stuart Craig, who was the main production designer on all the films, is a genius, because the things that he created, and Chris Columbus was quite insistent that they do a lot of things practically, like the wizard's chess at the end of the film. They did that completely practically, except for when the chess pieces are moving and stuff. But apart from that, they're all, you know, full, live, you know, massive chess pieces that really help the actors as well get into the scene. So really, really well done. Ian Hart, sorry, plays Quirrell. Again, I imagine Quirrell to be a very old man, but he's quite young in this. Again, it works, and he played the part very well, especially towards the end of the film. And I thought the last part of the film was done very well. I mean, you got the Devil's Snare, when they have to get through all the challenges and stuff that the other teachers have set up. The Wizard Chess was done brilliantly. They left out Snape's kind of protection, which was the potions riddle, which I thought was awesome. I wish they kept that in the film. It's actually on one of the DVDs. There's a little game, but yeah. And then we got, of course, the final, the flying of the keys. That was cool, and then the Philosopher's Stone itself with the mirror and stuff, which was done really well, I think. And that scene is very, very cool, even though it gets a bit like a bit weird when like Harry puts his hand on Quirrell's face and he just sort of melts into sand like a mummy. That was quite random, but cool nonetheless, I guess. Overall, the film, yeah, is brilliant. I give it around a 9 out of 10, I think. Absolutely love it. Now, the extras. I'll just talk to you about the extras. The Blu-ray itself has the theatrical version and the extended version. I watched the extended version, and it's nothing I haven't seen before. It's all the deleted scenes that we've seen many times before, but inserted into the film. I thought that they worked really well. They're only little bit pieces, really, nothing substantial apart from this one scene when Snape first sees Harry and he's like, "So, our new celebrity." Or when Snape is saying, "Clearly, fame isn't everything," and Harry's like, "Oh shit, he got me there." And then that's the end of the scene. In this, it carries on, and Harry just goes, "Clearly, Hermione knows, so why don't you ask her?" And he acts like a little bitch about it, and Snape gets up in his face, and it's kind of cool. Just some little things. After the troll scene, you see the 3 kids walking away, and Harry's like, "Well, if you hadn't, insulted her, we wouldn't got into this mess." And Ron's like, "Well, that's what friends are for." And then they kind of smile and stuff. It was a cute little scene. But yeah, nothing substantial, I guess. It just makes the film a bit longer and has a bit more faithful to the books because there's more stuff in there. It also features an in-movie experience, which is only available on the theatrical version, where you get a picture-in-picture box of Chris Columbus, the director, talking about his experiences on the film. But not throughout the whole film, which is a real shame. I mean, he's really animated. You can tell how passionate he is about the films, but he just, well, nothing that he's done wrong, but it's just like he'll talk about a scene, and then there'll be like another 10 minutes with nothing, and then he'll pop up again. And every now and again you get like a storyboards popping up comparing with what's going on the screen, and you'll get still galleries popping up as well. Some are really good, like there's a still gallery of Mcgonagall turning into the cat when she jumps off the desk and the cat turns into her. It's about 20 pictures just showing you the evolution of how they did that with the special effects, which is really cool. But then there's other still galleries that are just like 3 pictures of the set, that are a bit random. So there's some good ones, there's some bad ones. I looked at everything on there. Also on the still galleries you get some music as well, so it's not quite as boring, I guess. But the scenes that were there with Chris Columbus commentating were really good. He's a really great kind of talker of his films, I guess. And there's a really cool feature as well. You can just click right on the directional pad on your remote, and you can just skip to all the pieces that are in the picture-in-picture. So if there's like a gap, you can just skip to the next part of the picture-in-picture track, which is really cool. Actually, a good feature. So you can kind of watch it all in about an hour or so, I'd say, maybe less than that. The DVD of the movie, theatrical version, I quickly looked at that because I put it in by mistake, and it looks pretty good. Not as good as the Blu-ray though, obviously. Then we have the second DVD, the special features DVD that was released with the original version of the film. You get Capturing the Stone, a conversation with the filmmakers. This is just like a little documentary piece. You get to hear from David Heyman, the producer, Chris Columbus, the director, some of the actors and stuff, talking about how they adapted the film to screen. And then the last part of that documentary is just them talking about the Chamber of Secrets. They're like, yeah, we got this in the next film, we got that in the next film, then we got that in the next film, then we got this in the next film. It's like, yeah, well, we're here to hear about Philosopher's Stone, still talking about the next film. It's about 10-15 minutes, something like that. And on the DVD you get like a main page. It's like the Great Hall, the front table, and you've got little objects. You can click on them and go to different parts of the Harry Potter world, and it's kind of like an interactive game. You get to visit Diagon Alley and enjoy self-guided tours of Hogwarts and Hagrid's hut, where you kind of like click the left or right and you'll kind of turn. It's like a 360 degrees look at the whole set, which is quite cool actually. Sometimes it's quite blurry, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it feels like a video, sometimes it feels like pictures. It's quite weird. And you get like little narration. I'm pretty sure it's from Jim Dale, who did the audiobooks in America, even though I believe he's British. Anyway, the guided tours are okay. I remember going through them at the time as a kid and loving them, so I guess they're really good for kids. But I went through it all anyway, just to be completist about it, because that's how weird I am. And throughout the kind of the tours and everything, you'll get little picture frames of like the characters. You can click on them, and you'll get like a 10-15 second kind of montage of their character from the film, which is pretty cool. You can go to the library and you can pick books out, and one of the books has loads of concept art. That's a really cool piece. One of them has a little 30-second piece on the ghosts, and one of them just has pictures of all the kids, and you can click on them and get the little the 15-second bio videos, including the Percy Weasley one, which pretty much sums up every appearance he has in the film. You can attend classes as well, which the Snape one was really annoying, because unless you've read the books a lot or seen the film a lot, you won't know the answers to the questions. It doesn't give you any clues. The first two you can get, but the third one is completely random, and you basically just got to kind of pick combinations of 4 different potions. It took me about 10 times to get it right, and it just got really frustrating, because it's not like, wrong, try again. It's like, oh dear, boof, and then you go back to the main screen. You've got to go all the way back in. You've got to do all the potions again. It's really annoying. But the goal of it is to get to the hidden content, and I'll get to that. You can also go to other lessons, and there's little things you can click on. Like every now and again there'll be a little box of of Bertie Bott's every flavoured beans, and you can just click on that, and there'll just be like a shot of the box with like the beans scattered around. You can click on different beans, and you'll be like, radish. And there's one, I'll never forget it, is like, tastes like breakfast. Another one is wicked, vomit. And then the other one is, ugh, vomit. It's really, really weird, actually. You can go to the Quidditch grounds, get pictures of the production sketches and stuff of the Quidditch balls and the snitch and all that. You can go to the Quidditch pitch and catch the snitch, which is really kind of like feels like an old, like, I don't know, Commodore 64 game or something. You can go to the Mirror of Erised and see your heart's desire. Now what that is there's 2 different ways that you can get there. You can get into, one is doing the Snape lesson. Finishing the Snape lesson, you get to the room with all the flying keys. You've got to find the right key, and then you go to the potions of protection, and there's a little riddle, although you don't really get the riddle, I don't think. But there's a clue elsewhere in the castle about which bottle to pick, so you pick the right bottle. Then you just see the mirror and the stone. You click on the Philosopher's Stone, and it takes you to the big tower with all the moving staircases. And then the pictures on the wall are deleted scenes from the film, so you can watch all the deleted scenes. Now this was before the Blu-ray came out, and they made an extended version. And the only way you could see the deleted scenes back in 2002 when the DVD came out was to go through this whole mini game. And it was really frustrating as a kid, because the first time you do it, it's great. You watch them, it's awesome. You want to watch them again, you've got to go through the whole process again. And it's not even just going to Hogwarts and going through the classes. You've got to go to Diagon Alley. You've got to get the right brick combination to get into Diagon Alley. You have to find the right wand, which takes ages, and it's quite laborious. It's fun, but I think they really overdid it in terms of getting to the deleted scenes. It became quite frustrating, especially for me now. Now we move on to the Blu-ray, the Creating the World of Harry Potter, Part 1, The Magic Begins. So this is an 8-part documentary that there's a Blu-ray in every single film, every single book of the films, and it's like an hour long usually documentary about a particular part of the films. This one is The Magic Begins, so it covers everything of the first film, which is very cool. And the Blu-ray just fell out. Never mind. So the first part, Part 1, Magic Begins, it covers everything of the first film, and it's an amazing documentary. It's about an hour long, and it just covers everything. I mean, you get like little graphics of the script, like, you know, exterior Hogwarts day 3 of 169. It doesn't go through every day, but, you know, you get a sense of progression. And as they're going along, you know, they'll film a scene with Mcgonagall, then they'll talk about Mcgonagall for a minute or so, and you get to hear from the actors now, like in 2011, or 2009, 2010, 2011. And you get to hear from the actors when they were kids, and that's a really, like, you'll see Dan Radcliffe talking. You'll be like, oh yeah, so we were doing this one scene, and then it'll cut to him as like a 12-year-old, and he's like, yeah, we were doing this one scene. Really well done. You get to hear from everyone, the directors, just everyone involved, and some great behind-the-scenes stories with clips that go with it, like Warwick Davis when he was a goblin in Gringotts. He was supposed to scare Daniel Radcliffe into giving him a good performance, and he just screams at him. He's like, "Look at me in the eye when I'm talking to you." Does Mr. Potter have his key? Like, it's just really like some funny clips and stuff. It's a really great documentary. You also get an introduction by Daniel Radcliffe, introducing the whole Creating the World of Harry Potter series. It's a 2-minute video that's very well done. He introduced it quite well, actually. And then we get an international TV special, a glimpse into the world of Harry Potter, which was okay. It was kind of a bit of a fluff piece, really, and it also that actually features it says Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Then we get all the additional scenes, the deleted scenes. So that's the third time they've appeared in this set so far, and then a comprehensive gallery of TV trailers and TV spots. Trailers and TV spots. The trailers are great. I remember the first trailer when it came out, and I absolutely loved it. And it was still kind of cool watching it now, just remembering that excitement and stuff. And then there's the last two trailers. There's three trailers. The last two I think are exactly the same, but one of them is in high definition. The other one doesn't look like it's in high definition, I'm not sure. But they seem identical. I can't be bothered to watch them both again. Maybe I just missed something. And then the TV spots, there's a lot of TV spots, and it kind of starts with like the first TV spots, like coming soon. And then the next TV spots where it's like, you know, November 16th, and then the next TV spot is like this Friday, and then now playing. And then the last few are like holiday themed TV spots. There's like a 12th day of Hogwarts little song, and it's a little jingle. It's like, on the 12th day of Christmas, go see Harry Potter again. It's really shameless. It's like, are you doing anything this Christmas? Go see Harry Potter again. But it's quite cool, and the TV spots are like 10 to 15 seconds, something like that. They're pretty cool. Again, all the Sorcerer's Stone TV spots. I guess there's no point really going to the effort of pulling out the Philosopher's Stones one. It doesn't really bother me. So yeah, overall, the extras for the Philosopher's Stone were absolutely incredible. Really enjoyed them. Apart from the DVD special features, it was quite laborious at times. But the Blu-ray, the extra Blu-ray is really, really worth the money. It's fantastic. So yeah, I'm just going to show you quickly a close look at the actual book, and then we'll finish this up. Okay, so here we have the Philosopher's Stone. I really like the artwork on this, only I wish they put the Philosopher's Stone on here, because some of the other books, the films, the book casing, I'm just going to call it the books, even though it might be confusing. The books are these, the artwork's amazing, I love it. It's really cool, there's always a nice theme to it, you got a cool spine there, Year 1, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, etc. These are actually thicker, a little bit higher than a Blu-ray case, and a lot wider, so you can actually put these on your Blu-ray shelf and they won't look out of place really. I thought they were actually CD size, but actually comparing them to a Blu-ray, they're actually quite big. But yeah, I'll just show you quickly the Chamber of Secrets. I mean, you got the Chamber of Secrets there represented, you know. I just feel like maybe they could have done something with that and had the same artwork here, but just put like the stone there or something else that was important to the film. But anyway, there you go. Year 1. Just looks awesome, absolutely love it. So the first page here, got the movie, and the disc art matches the what's behind, and the artwork continues like that. Really cool. We got the summary of the film, the Blu-ray, the movie, etc. And then we got the DVD. A nice picture of Hogwarts there. We got the special features DVD, telling you everything that's on there with a few pictures as well. There's a nice picture with the three main kids and a marker. And then we got the Blu-ray, creating the world of Harry Potter. It's not quite matched up, but there you go. I really like this. I'm a big fan of moon art. It's really random, but I really like it. Summary of the documentary and also the other special features. So yeah, there you go. Very, very cool. I'm very happy with it. So there you have it, the Philosopher's Stone. Thank you for watching. I'll try and get the Chamber of Secrets video done pretty soon, because I've almost finished working my way through that, and that's over there. And yeah, I enjoyed doing this actually. I enjoyed watching everything and feeling like, yeah, I've done that now, you know, and then making the video about it. Hopefully it hasn't been too in-depth and I haven't talked about it too much. But yeah, you get the picture. Any comments or any question you have about what I think about the films or the extras, anything I haven't covered, feel free to leave me a comment, leave me a message, and I'll answer them. And yeah, thank you for watching.